Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So in today's video, I want to talk with you guys about the steps that I took to build up my credit score, and specifically the steps that I took that helped me get a credit score that is above 750. So if you guys are struggling with your credit, if you're just getting started with your credit, or you've already established your credit, but you just don't have quite as high of a credit score as you're hoping to have, and you want to get up to that 750 or higher, as close to 850 as possible, be sure to stay tuned and watch this video the whole way through. And also be sure to hit that like button for me, because it really helps out my channel with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new here, first off, welcome to the channel. Be sure to comment down below in the comment section below to let me know that you're new here and how you found my channel. And also, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell, so that way YouTube will notify you each and every time I upload a video. But with that being said, and without any further delay, let's go ahead and get right into today's video. All right, you guys. So like I said, I'm going to share with you guys the steps that I personally took to get my credit score to 750 and above. So the very first thing I did is I signed up for a credit card, and specifically I signed up for a secured credit card. So if you're not too sure what a secured credit card is, it's basically a very beginner credit card for someone who's just either starting out, building their credit or rebuilding their credit. So what it is it's a credit card that you don't really have like a very high limit. It will be something like $50 or $100. And what it is like a really good example of a secured credit card is the Discover It credit card. So if you guys are looking for a really good secured credit card to get started with, I would say check out the Discover It credit card, and that'd be a good way to get started. So back to the point that I was trying to make. So a secured credit card is a credit card that you apply for. Once you get approved, they're going to give it to you. And so what it is you take your own personal money and you upload that money onto that credit card. So your available balance is going to be $50 or $100 of available credit, but that's going to be money that you've put onto the credit card. And you might be telling yourself, well, what's the point of me putting my money onto the credit card? It kind of defeats the whole purpose of credit, right? Well, yes, but no. So I could understand why you might think that, and I thought that at first when I was first, getting started with my credit as well. But this is the kicker, this is the whole reason why it makes sense to go ahead and get started with the secured credit card. Because one, they're easy for you to get approved for, and that's like what you want. You got to get into the game of building credit, and if a company or a credit card is making it easy for you to get into, and they're not charging you an annual fee to go ahead and get approved and get signed up for their credit card, that's the route you want to go. Now, yes, you're going to put some of your own money up, so that way you could go ahead and tap into starting, so that way you could tap into the game of building credit. But that's the part that you want. That's the whole thing, is that you want to start building your credit. And by you now having access to a credit card and a company trusting you by, putting their name out there, giving you access to their credit card, even knowing you're basically going to build this relationship with the company. So that's what it is. So the whole point is for you to show them, okay, I'm so serious about building credit. I'm willing to put my own money up front in the beginning so I could build a relationship with you guys, show you guys I could use the credit card in a responsible manner, not do anything reckless. And then once they build a trust with you, well, then they will raise your credit limit, and it'll be significantly higher than where you initially first started with that $50 or $100 balance. And then later you could upgrade, from being in a secured credit card to an unsecured credit card. And the unsecured credit card is where you don't put any of your own money onto the card, and now it's just solely, basically the credit card company is trusting that you're gonna use the credit card responsibly. You're not gonna charge up any more amounts on the credit card than what you could afford to pay back. So like I said, that's the very first thing, the very first step that I took to start working towards getting my credit score to 750 and above. I signed up for a secured credit card. I got started with it, and then this is what I want to stress to you guys. I made the mistake of thinking that I needed to go out and buy things specifically so I could build up my credit score. Now, if you guys want to do better than me, and if you guys do this right, it won't cost you any money whatsoever other than the money that you're going to already be spending in your life, regardless of whether you did apply for this credit card or not. So this is the part I really want you guys to get. For you to build your credit score, it's not going to cost you any money. It's $0. It's $0 more than you're already going to be spending in your life already. So like I said, this shouldn't cost you any money that you're already not going to be spending. So make sure you do this right. So when you get your secured credit card, you're only going to use your credit card on things that you're already going to purchase anyway. So like whether it's the grocery store, or it's like a subscription service like Netflix or Hulu or anything like that, or purchasing stuff on Amazon, whatever it is, anything that you're already going to go ahead and buy, instead of just paying with that with maybe like a debit card or a cash, instead go ahead and make that purchase with that secured credit card that you now have. And then when the payment is due, be sure to pay that credit card off completely in full, not leaving any balance whatsoever, because the whole point, like I said, is you don't want to, pay any fee whatsoever, because you're going to have a secured credit card with no annual fee. And then because you paid the card off completely in full, you're not going to incur any interest. So you're not going to get charged any interest for carrying the balance. And you're already going to spend that money buying that particular item or service or whatever it is that you're purchasing. So the truth is, you're building credit by using the secured credit card, and you're building the trust with the company over time, so that way you can later tap into having an unsecured credit card. And then as a result of that, your credit score is just going to go up over time. And if you do this right, you're not going to be paying any money out of pocket that you wouldn't have already be spending either way, because either way you were going to make that purchase. But at least now you're making it using your secured credit card, and you're building credit for your future, so that way your credit score could be higher because you're making the purchase with your credit card. Now, the next thing that I would say, the next step that I took to start building my credit score up to 750 plus, is that once I've established a good relationship with the credit card company that I have the secured credit card with, then I would later start applying for an unsecured credit card. And then one of the very first unsecured credit cards that I had gotten, I applied for, was the Bank of America Rewards cashback credit card. And that's a pretty awesome card. You could get some really good, cashback. But that's one of the things that I want to mention within this video, is that once you start, acquiring like multiple different lines of credit, basically you're getting multiple different banks or lenders to be able to feel confident trusting you. Because when one credit card company sees, okay, hey, this person, they opened up a credit card account with Discover, and they always paid them back each and every month on time, and they never had late payments. That's something else I want to mention to you guys, and really like stress and drive home to you guys. Like, each and every month, be sure to pay your credit card statement like off in full, like completely. Like, do not leave any balance whatsoever, because it just looks great on your part, the fact that you don't carry a balance. Whatever you borrow, you completely pay it back in full, regardless of whether it's a secured credit card or an unsecured credit card, because you just don't want to pay any interest. And like I said, you want your credit score to be as high as possible. And that's why I'm sharing this information with you guys, so you can build a 750 plus credit score. And these are the steps that I took, so that's why I'm sharing them with you guys. So be sure to pay your credit card statement off in full each and every month. And then, so like I said, back to the unsecured credit card. Get you an unsecured credit card, doesn't matter which one it is, but just don't sign up for any unsecured credit card that's going to charge you an annual fee or anything like that. Because the whole point, again, of building, your credit score, even if you want to get cashback rewards and things like that, like, you don't have to select, a cashback rewards credit card that is going to charge you an annual fee. There's a lot of great, cashback, or not even cashback, credit cards, just rewards credit cards of all different types. But you don't need to sign up for one that's going to charge you annual fees or things like that. Like, just don't fall for that. Like, just don't even play that game. And there's no need to do all that. I don't do that. Even with a 750 plus credit score, I don't even go down that route, and there's just no need to do it. So again, the second thing that I would say that I did was I started, signing up and applying for an unsecured credit card. And then the next thing that I did is, once I've kind of had that unsecured credit card for a little while, then I would request a credit increase. Like, basically I would like ask the credit card company, like in that case Bank of America, like, hey, can you raise my limit? So let's say like they gave me a $3,000 credit limit. Then I would ask them, maybe I've had the credit card for like 6 months and I've made all my payments on time. The next thing I would do is ask Bank of America, hey, can you give me a credit card limit increase? Like maybe you could increase it to 3,500 or to 4,000. And then if Bank of America what goes ahead and approves that, well, it's also going to reflect on my credit score, because the more available credit you have available to you, the more positive that looks on your credit score, because just because you have it available to you doesn't mean that you're using it. And when you have a lot of lenders, or the lenders that you do have, credit available with, are trusting you with all that credit and you're not even using it, it just shows like, hey, this person must be, a very disciplined person and they handle their finances very well, and that reflects very highly in your credit score. And then again, your credit score goes right up, right along with that. So these are just like the little things that you want to pay attention to and you want to apply in the process of you building up your credit score to 750 plus, because that's where you want to get to. You want to work to as close to 850 as possible. And I mean, really, you guys, like that's all it comes down to. It basically just comes down to tapping into credit cards, or something that you're going to build credit, which basically is like credit cards, and or some type of a loan where you're going to build credit, but you don't even really want to play the game of like loans, because then you're going to end up paying interest. So really the easiest route to go with this is with credit cards. So get into a secured credit card, no annual fee. Then after that, go ahead, build a history with that secured credit card company, start tapping into unsecured credit cards with no annual fee, making sure all along the way that you're paying your statement off, your credit card statement in full each and every single month, avoiding paying any interest whatsoever. And as long as you continue to do this and you pay your statement off in full each and every month, and you don't have any late payments whatsoever, because late payments, I'll tell you right now, like late payments will just like kill you. Like they hurt your credit score so bad. And it takes a very long time for late payments to come off. Even if you have one late payment, like it will drop your credit score like, maybe 25, 50 points, like really like no problem. And you don't want that, like the whole point is to build your credit score. And you're like, you could be doing so great and then just get hit with like one late payment and just watch your credit score drop. And it's like, it's going to take so long, and it's so hard for you to build up and like get your credit score back up to where it was before you got that late payment. So like, do not play the game with late payments. Just pay your credit card off in full, a few days or whatever before it's even due, so that way you don't even run the risk of like a late payment. Because one, if you get a late payment, you're going to get hit with the late fee. Then you're going to also get hit with the, with the fact that your credit score is going to dip back, and then it's going to be like a long time before that, that late payment finally comes off your credit report. So again, do not play the game of late payments when it comes to, making payments on your credit cards. So get your credit cards, no late fees, on time payments each and every month, pay them in full. And I'm not telling you guys that, hey, you're going to get a 750 credit score, overnight. This is going to take some time. It's probably going to take you something like, maybe I'd say probably, a year and a half, maybe 2 at the most, before you're up there at like 750 or more. But it'll happen. You gotta get started. Like that's the key. And the sooner you get started, if you could get started at 18, 19 years old, open up your secured credit card, boom, go a few months, 6 months, 8 months, whatever. All right, build that history with them. Go ahead, get out of that, get out of that secured credit card, upgrade into an unsecured card, probably with that same company. Then when you build a relationship with them, be like, okay, now start applying for some other unsecured credit cards. Don't close out the first secured credit card. That way it doesn't, you still have that positive standing, that good reputation and your credit history that you've established with the secured credit card company. You just maintain that relationship and that open line of credit. Don't close any of your credit accounts, no matter how like advanced you get with like moving up your credit score. Like even when you get 750 or you get 800, don't go back and close out any of those old, credit accounts. Just let them be open, because that's going to hurt like your length of credit history. And the shorter your like length of credit history looks, like if you only have like a few accounts open and they're all short, like they're all recent new accounts, your credit score is going to dip down a lot, and you don't want that. They want to see like, hey, this person's been having these accounts available to them for a long period of time and they never abuse them. They always maintain like positive history, and that is what gives you the high credit score. So keep your accounts open, maintain them, all in like positive standing, paying them off each and every single month. And no annual fees. And if you just do this, I promise you, over time, you will get to that 750 or above credit score, because these are the steps that I took to get there personally. And I know that if you do the same way that I got that 750 credit score, you will have that 750 credit score. So I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. I really hope that you guys got value in this video. And if you did, could you guys please do me a huge favor, smash that thumbs up button. And like I said, if you're new here, or you know, maybe you've watched a few of my videos but you just haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. Also turn on the notification bell so that way YouTube will notify you each and every time I upload a video. And you guys have a blessed day. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.